Hey guys, so welcome to my workout of the week video. For today, it'll predominantly be strength-based work. We'll be using plenty of barbells and I'll be giving you guys plenty of time to get through everything. So there'll be 2 rounds, which means there's no rush whatsoever. Stay with me now for the instruction slides. So here on station 1 guys, I've got a military press. Flick the barbell up by using your legs first. And then we're just going to tuck it under our chin and press it up in line with our ears. Doing our best to keep that bar moving in a relatively straight line on the way down and then also going back up. I've paired the press with a pull or a bent over barbell row. So you can see here that I hinge all the way over, getting a stretch in my hamstrings first before pulling that bar up again in quite a straight line. Get a nice squeeze in the upper back when you're pulling it up. Alright guys, so on station 2 we have arms. Starting off with a standing barbell curl. Looking out here to minimize any swinging. Control the movement, particularly on the lowering phase. So you can take up to 3 seconds on the way down and then a second on the way up. Now we're going to do our lying barbell extensions. This is the opposite or the antagonist muscle to the bicep. Make sure your lower back's nice and flat on that bench as you lower the bar down in a controlled way, just before your forehead. And then when you squeeze the muscle back up, do your best to keep the elbows in together nice and close. On station 3, we have walking barbell lunges. So again, use your legs to flick the barbell up, press it over your head. It'll rest there as we sink into a nice lunge with plenty of depth, rolling it over nice and smooth. These barbell hip extensions will really target the glutes. So get your back nice and flush and secure on your bench. Drop the hips down and then squeeze through the heels, making sure that your hips are still tucked at the top. We don't want to hyperextend and hurt our lower backs. On our 4th and final station, we have some calf work. Often a neglected muscle, which is why I've thrown it in today. First exercise is some single leg calf raises. So you can use a block or anything laying around the house if you're working out from home, just to elevate your feet. Wall's just there for balance. So we're pushing through the big toe on the target leg, keeping the leg straight and just pushing up at the ankle. The calf raises are paired with tibialis raises. So that muscle is on the front of the shin. Get yourself up against the wall like what I've done here and basically pull the toes back towards your knees in a controlled manner. To make things harder, we can shuffle the feet out a little bit further and follow the same movement, making sure you really try to bring those toes back up towards yourself. So for our warm up, guys, the first thing that we'll do is some cardio activity. Your choice here. I like going on the treadmill and just walking at a brisk pace to bring the heart rate up nice and steady. You can also jog if you wish, and feel free to pause the video if you want more time here. I'm happy for you to spend 5-10 minutes to get your cardio in. You can also jump on the bike or the elliptical machine, whatever you prefer. After you guys have knocked off your cardio, we'll now release or stretch the hips. So get yourself into my position here, and then from there we're just going to rotate out with one arm, bring it back down inside the foot, and again gently rotating back in. We'll do this 3 times on the right side. Back to the plank, and then bring the other foot forward, hands inside, hips stay tucked. Try to keep your backs nice and flat, and then control that rotation. 3 again on the left. Next up, we have some holds to activate the right muscles before we get stuck into our session, guys. So this is just a glute bridge hold, making sure that we're pushing through the heels and squeezing our glutes together at the top actively. Our second hold and final exercise as part of our warm-up will be a side plank. So get yourself into the position that I'm in here, making sure that we've got a good posture and we're nice and aligned, hips are up. Holding for 30 seconds before swapping over. Adopting exactly the same position on the other side, looking at the clock and holding again for another 30 seconds, making sure our hips are up. So for our cool down, guys, we're going to start off in almost like a lunge position. From there, the front leg is nice and straight, and we're going to slide our hand down past our knee. Then we're going to sink right into a lunge and stretch out our hip flexors like so, with hands above our head. Then back into that extended front leg position for our hamstring stretch again. And then back into a forward lunge with hands above our head. Then we'll be swapping over and repeating the same process twice on the other leg. Our next cool down stretch is going to be for our glutes. So we're on our front now. Front leg is slightly bent with the shank fully flat on the ground. Back leg is out extended, and we're just going to hinge at the hip and sink our weight in over that front leg. Swapping sides now and doing the same process for a nice 20-second hold or so. Notice how I'm hinging at the hip and trying to keep my shoulders nice and square over my leg. Next up, we have cobras. So gently laying on our backs, pushing up through the hands to the point where you feel a light stretch in the lower back, coming back down, breathing out at the bottom. Going to do this 3 times. Then we're going to finish our cool down with a child's pose. So you can pull the floor towards you and hold that with your chin tucked for 20 seconds or so. Or you can creep over to the side, pull in, back to the middle, pull the floor back in, to the other side, pull the floor back in. This way we hit a stretch in different parts of the lat muscle or different sides. Thanks for joining me today, guys. Recover well, and we'll see you for next week's workout.